After one fight, he said something. I'll never forget it. I must have been like 12 or 13. He goes, and I think he's Jamaican, if I'm remembering right. So he has a nice, solid little accent. And he goes, the announcer's like, how'd you do? And he goes, you don't understand. He goes, when my hand connects with a man's jaw and I get this feeling in my elbow, no man can ever get up. Yeah, it was some gangster shit. 30 years later, I'm affected by that. If I do my human anthropology work and I have my eureka moment, Musical.ly is going to be big. It's next, aka TikTok. Uber is going to work. Look what just happened in New York. I can't believe it's working here. NFTs. Gonna. You. If I do my work and I feel that click, I will never be wrong because I haven't for 35 years.
What it do, man? It's your boy 100 and we back in this. Hey, we back in this, man. And we got Gary V. He was on the Flagrant 2 podcast with Andrew Schulz and Akaash Singh. And this is a clip from the whole podcast, of course. And it's called, it's titled, Don't Have Soft Kids. I don't know what they about to talk about, but that sounded interesting to me. So we finna watch this together. You know what I'm saying? Let's tap in.
I want to ask one immigrant question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go.
I've seen some of your videos on being an immigrant, how fortunate that is.
Yes.
Love it. Now, you said something about how every generation after you is softer.
Yes.
I feel like I see that with my people. You probably see that. Well,
Yeah.
Russians are probably so hard as fuck. But how do you curb that? Is there a solution? Because my kids, I do worry, are going to be soft little baby shits.
Couple things. One, you can't fake environment. This is a very big thing for all the parents that are struggling with this. You can't send your kids to Africa for a week to build schools and think when they come back and are flying private planes and live on the Upper East Side and go to private schools and live in the Hamptons that they're going to get perspective.
Yeah.
You can't fake environment. I believe what I've learned, and as I had kids, and then I was like, wait a minute, this is going to happen for me. I kind of locked in and looked around on the people I knew best. And I'm like, why are they completely fucked up? And why are they so solid, even though they came up with so much? I think the biggest thing that I believe helps, they're going to be softer, but that's okay. Are they capable of being kind and appreciative? Are they entitled and think they're special because of your money? Or are they empathetic, kind, and aware and navigate their life on that? And do they have their own self-esteem around them? Because a lot of people struggle with, like, look, if one of my kids, 2 kids are an entrepreneur, they're going to get murdered by society. They're going to be like, your dad did that. And that sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a much bigger advantage to build your own thing than to be in a position, like everyone's like, oh, they're so lucky. What?
But
Hold on. My boy be switching subjects so fast and going on tangents. But they all relate to each other, so I feel it. But I would say to the people, like, you know, you see some people that are very privileged and they some POSs, man, like jerks, like just not pleasant to be around. And then you see other people that come from, you know what I'm saying, a certain level of affluence, and they pleasant. They're very pleasant. They're very giving. They're very empathetic. They're very, you feel what I'm saying? I think it's the parents' job to make sure that even though your child is privileged, that they understand they're privileged, and they understand that a lot of people aren't privileged, and they don't try to make other people feel bad because they have less than. They don't try to talk down on people because they have less than, and they are open and willing to congregate, show love, be empathetic, and share with people that have less. Be respectful to everybody from the bottom to the top. Be willing to show love and share spaces with anybody from the bottom to the top, but recognize you do have that privilege, and maybe if you want to share it, you can. You're not obligated to do anything, but at least, you know, be courteous and kind and respectful to other people. Some folks, when they feel like I got the money, I got the status, I can do whatever I want to do, I'm finna treat whoever I want to treat however I want to because I can, because you can't do nothing to me. I'm paid. And as a parent, you got to curb that with all your might.
that's your ego.
100%.
Because they could have said that about you with your dad, and then you blew that shit out the water, so they could blow you out the water.
100%.
They could actually buy the jets.
Look, everybody, they could if they have self-esteem. Because if you don't have self-esteem, to your point, then that judgment destroys you.
Well, that's on you and your wife.
100%. You got to build. But guess what? lots of parents through the years have had huge good ambitions to their kids. And DNA is a motherfucker.
DNA is a motherfucker.
DNA is a
You
motherfucker.
can't control everything. 100%.
DNA is a
Yeah.
fucking and circumstance. You might get one, environment matters. Every one of us right here would be stunned how much a single best friend in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade
Yeah.
meant something.
100%.
Or you meant something.
Yeah.
And it's just cool like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, final question, because I know you got to get out of here.
I want to say as well, like I've seen people who had like their parents laid it all out for them. Their parents laid the whole path down. All you had to do was just walk, and they just couldn't do it. They just couldn't walk this path. They jumped off the path, derailed the path, tore up the path, burnt the path down. It's like these people went out of their way to make sure you was comfortable, and your life is way easier than theirs, and you still just threw it away. Like on purpose though. It's hard to understand. I mean, I haven't lived through it. You feel me? My mom kind of let me like create my own path. My mom really didn't lead me in any direction, like at all. I don't know if she just had confidence in me or she just felt like that's what a man is supposed to do, but she let me walk my own path and lead my own path. I can't recall my mom ever saying, you should do this. You better do that. I kind of came to her and I was like, I'm going to do this. And she was like, okay, cool. Like, that's how it always has been. I tell her, I'm going to do this. And she be like, all right. Like, she kind of gave me the freedom to do like whatever. And I see other people's parents where they kind of was like, maybe that's the issue. Maybe it's that your parent telling you that you have to do it a certain way to be successful that makes people just derail the plan. Maybe it's the tour guide that's the issue. But also maybe not. Maybe just your DNA just tell you not to go down that path. It's a bunch of variables.
Question, because I know you got to get out of here. In a way, your currency is your ability to predict these trends. As you get more successful, do you feel an increased pressure to be right in the same way a Warren Buffett needs to be right every time? He's moving so much money.
Yep.
You're giving influence to so many other influential, successful people. Being wrong in a big way could hurt maybe your relationship with them. How do you, one, do you feel that stress? And two, how do you cope with that stress?
Really? I just want to recall the clip where I said this show was funny and entertaining, grounded in intellect. That was an incredibly insightful question. A couple things. One, I feel no stress about it. But let me tell you why. I know that I'm not in the predicting business. Meaning, I've never predicted anything. What I am is probably this is why I think I've always loved comedians. I would argue that an overlap that you and I have is social observing. We have to for our material.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
What I do for a living is I'm a human anthropologist watching people move and then using my talents to synthesize thoughts. But what I do with my predicting in business, which is really where I do it, everything had already happened. NFT, I looked at CryptoKitties in 2017. Nothing I ever talk about is Nostradamus, is predicting. All of it is fastest observation to truth and willing to bet the farm, thus being loud on it. Once I have my conviction, I'm there. As a matter of fact, this is a very weird thing that I hope we can clip this. There was a boxer named Julian Jackson in the 80s. I loved him. He was a fucking terror. He had like a Patrick Ewing flat top. And this motherfucker, if he punched people, knocked them out so heavy, it was crazy. Like more than Tyson. I'm telling you, please go to YouTube, Google Julian Jackson. Look at this fucker. Look at this dude. Look at that 46-1 with 43 knockouts. Scroll down just a little bit. Look at that. 46-1, 43 knockouts. This guy in a post game you got to watch them. They're crazy. They're not normal knockouts for boxing. After one fight, he said something I'll never forget. I must have been like 12 or 13. He goes, and I think he's Jamaican if I'm remembering right. So he has a nice solid little accent. And he goes, the announcer's like, how'd you do it? And he goes, you don't understand. He goes, when my hand connects with a man's jaw and I get this feeling in my elbow, no man can ever get up. Yeah, it was some gangster shit. 30 years later, I'm affected by that. If I do my human anthropology work and I have my eureka moment, Musical.ly is going to be big. It's next, aka TikTok. Uber is going to work. Look what just happened in New York. I can't believe it's working here. NFTs. Gonna. You. If I do my work and I feel that click, I will never be wrong because I haven't for 35 years. I sold all.
I be trying to find a spot to stop to hop in, but he just keep going. Next subject. But yeah, man, I kind of feel like I used to be on that wave. Like I used to see something and be like, okay, this product is amazing, or this is amazing, or this is innovative, or this is crazy, or this is finna go up. Especially like with music back in the day. Like I listened to music. I used to like be hip to artists early. Like I used to be on Hot New Hip Hop and all these websites and on all these blogs, and I used to like just see music and see the artists first. And I used to be like, oh, they finna go crazy. Oh, they finna go up. Then I go back and listen to their whole catalog from they, you know what I'm saying, they underground stuff, and I'd be like, oh yeah, they definitely finna come. They coming. I get around other people, I start playing, and they be like, man, what is this? I just be like, oh, I bet. Year later, 2 years later, everybody love them. Like, okay, I see what kind of folks y'all is. Y'all gotta wait till everybody else love them for you to like them. You can't like them just because one dude playing them. You feel me? But anyway, yeah, I feel like that's a skill to see a product and see a business or see an idea, see an artist, see something and see the potential in it and see that it's going to be great early. That's a talent.
All my baseball cards because I was at a baseball card show in 1993. Normal my life, doing 15, 20 of them a year. I'm sitting there. The doors open at this high bridge fire station. 3 people walk in. I listen to one conversation and I turn to my best friend Brandon and say, I'm selling all my baseball cards, and sold the whole collection. And 6 months later, the whole market collapsed.
What was the combo?
It was just 2 guys. The way they were talking, the passion was gone.
Yeah.
It was over. And then I put all my money into toys, which ended up being right. I bought all these Star Wars from the 70s and all these Transformers, and I ended up being so right. eBay came out 2 years later, the whole thing popped off. Comic-Con culture took over. I was so right. It's what I'm good at. Kobe's good at what he was great at. Beyonce's good at what she's good at. I'm going to be one of the greatest entrepreneurs of all time, not because I'm saying it, because fucking my parents had sex without a condom in Belarus in 1975 at the exact right second. And then a lot of other shit happened along the way. And just here I am. And guess what? Who gives a fuck? I'm going to die, have 24 hours of trending on whatever the fuck Twitter is of the day. And then everybody's going to go on with their normal fucking life. So I don't think I'm great because of it. Who gives a shit? But it is what it is. And so I feel no pressure because I'm great at what I do. I felt more pressure coming up because it was how I got here. I needed all those.
Yeah.
I didn't have a Harvard degree.
You had enough
I was a
hits.
street kid. I was a
Yeah.
liquor. I needed all those to get to this moment. Now it's easy, but I value my legacy so much that I will never compromise it for any bag.
My boy said all that to come back around and say, yeah, I'm not pressured. My boy had 10,000 thoughts to answer that one question. But it is funny though, because some people, like, once they like reach like new heights and new levels, now they feel so much pressure to like recreate what they did in the past that it's almost like they're paralyzed. Like they can't do anything because it's like, how can I recreate what I did? And other people, it's like, well, that was the hard part back there. Doing it now is easy. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the person. People react differently to, I guess, success or just new heights.
If fucking some Saudi plus Russian plus China transformer comes to me, the 3 fucking wealthiest people from that company, and they fucking in front of me turn into a fucking Power Ranger, and they're like, we'll give you 73 trillion in cash if you just tell everybody that, you know, oxygen should be bought like water was. We saw the Schulz thing and you should do that. I'd be like, fuck you, transformer, and leave, because if I don't believe it, the fuck? I had enough money when I made 100,000 a year. This isn't about the money anymore. This is about getting into the fucking entrepreneurial hall of fame. That means your word, your legacy, your actions, your execution. That's what I'm on.
Yeah, so there were a bunch of different points made. The initial point about the kids and immigrants, like a lot of immigrants that come over here and they work hard and pull themselves up by their bootstraps. And then they have kids, and then they see their kids and they call their kids lazy, or their kids ain't got the same ambition or the same hustle, because, bro, they didn't go through what you went through, bro. You came over here and started a whole new life. You feel me? Sometimes, they give immigrants like grants and, different scholarships and different, like, they have access to certain things that a native might not. In some instances. But for the most part, they come over here and they build themselves up, and then they see their kids and they look lazy to them because your kid didn't have to go through what you went through. They're not gonna look at life the same. They don't have the same sense of urgency. A lot of people call Americans lazy because they get over here and they be like, man, y'all wasting all this time. Y'all walking around chilling and cooling. Like, I didn't have these opportunities back here. Like, but you don't know what you don't know. You ever been at a job, or you was at a certain school, or you was in a certain relationship and it was cool, it was decent, but you started to not like it, whatever it wasn't, you started to just not feel it no more. Then you switch schools or switch jobs or get a new relationship or get a new car, or you just switch something in your life and you be like, man, I should have stayed where I was at. I should have stayed with what I had. Like, it was better over there. I didn't even know. You don't know what you got till it's gone. The grass ain't greener, all the cliches, you know what I'm saying? It's real life. Like, I wouldn't know how bad life is over there or how bad life is in poverty if you came over here and you built it up and now we're living in affluence. Like, I don't know poverty because how would I? You built it up. I don't have that same thing going. And some people are born into money and they turn that million into billions. It's a case by case basis, man. And then to his second point with the entrepreneurship, it always seemed like he just is a what folks like to call a serial entrepreneur, where they just always in the pursuit of the next big thing, the next big craze, or being the next billionaire, the next millionaire, the next 100 millionaire, just always winning. That's always seemed to be his steez. Me personally, I would all of my entrepreneurial endeavors really are just to, my goal is just to where I don't want to have to go and talk to anybody or do anything with anybody or go to any building to feed myself, to provide myself with shelter, to clothe myself. I don't have to go clock in. I don't have to go sit around and talk to these people I don't care about. I don't care about your life. I don't care about this small talk. No, I didn't see the game. No, I didn't see the show. No, I didn't see the viral clip. I don't care about it. It's not feeding me. It's not helping my life. I don't want to talk about that. We at work, why you talking about this? I don't care. I don't want to be around these people. I don't want to be in the environment. I don't want to feel forced and boxed in by a job. I hate feeling trapped. I've quit a lot of jobs in my life just because I felt trapped. Like, I'm just at work and it's like my mind is telling me, oh, we trapped. We can't leave. We stuck. We can't leave. We trapped. We can't go nowhere. Like, I just quit just off of that. Like, if I got a job and it's so low skill that I can daydream while doing my job, I'm not gonna last long, honestly. But anyway, man, let me know how you feel about the video below, man. Do you feel like immigrant kids can never match their parents' drives? Do you feel like rich kids can never match their parents' drives, or are they soft because they came from, people that, got it out the mud? Can you understand any of that? Are you a child of an immigrant? Has your parent ever looked at you sideways like, you ain't, what you doing? Do you feel like a successful parent puts a child in a better position to be successful? Or is it just the DNA in the child? Let me know how you feel about it, man. I'll try to respond, you know what I'm saying? These days I'll be having a lot of comments. I'm still trying to respond to every comment, or at least leave a like or say something. I be trying. There be a lot of comments sometimes. But yeah, man, as always, man, clothes for sale in the description. All my socials in the description. Show me some love. Follow your boy. Buy some clothes, shirt, shoes, socks, some umbrellas, and things of that nature. You feel me? Appreciate the love, and I'll see y'all in the next one.